Morning.
Morning to everybody.
I'm Mark White of White & Lee. Welcome to our offices. We welcome your lecturer today and the team leader, Dave Parker. You've all read the blurb that was on the SDF website about this session. And I just read this 5 minutes before I stepped in this room. And what I didn't know is that Agile is used for everything. I thought Agile was just for software development, for technology, and it's actually working smart in everything that you do, according to this, and I believe that to be true. And Dave is going to show all of you this. So he's going to go through a number of iterative exercises. And this is not going to be a lecture, I don't think. We're going to lead people through their paces and go through training scenarios, and so this is going to be interactive. And if you miss anything because you blinked, not to worry, we're taping everything today. So we're going to put this on our website so you can share this with your colleagues or take snippets and just remember the good things that happened this morning. So I do want to say that Dave is quite accomplished. He's the Director of Marketing for Agile Learning Labs, and he's the Executive Director of the Open Agile Institute. So he knows what he's talking about. And you should all have a good session this morning. So welcome very much. The bathrooms are outside to your right as you exit the door. The food is to your left. And have an enjoyable session. Thank you very much.
Thank you for hosting this, Mark.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, as Mark mentioned, the way I sort of envisioned the day was that we would sort of treat it as an agile project, with the intention of getting through some to-dos while we're going through them, trying to involve you in the doing, and then when we've reached what we consider to be done, then make sure that we all agree that it's done, and it's done. Having a definition, an actual complete sense of what doneness is actually a really nice aspect of Agile. So I'll go real quick to just give you a sense of where I'm coming from and fill in the gaps a little bit about how today may work. I really intend to involve you in how things should shape up. Again, my name is David Parker. I've been working for Agile Learning Labs since coming to the Bay Area in October. And I've been working with Agile methods for going on 3 years now. Part of my Agile education was helping to found an organization called the Open Agile Institute. And Open Agile is intended to be sort of an open source, openly learnable flavor of Agile for applying what we've learned in the Agile space over the last decade or so, applying that to the non-software arena. If it comes up, I can speak more specifically about Open Agile and Scrum and Extreme Programming, test-driven development, and all of these other flavors of Agile out there. But the bulk of the presentation today was sort of intended to demonstrate an aspect, or one sort of simple theory about working, based on the theory of constraints, and to teach it to you in a way that you can take the exercise back and use it in your own work environments, or that you can at least begin the conversations that the exercise will unearth, and begin the conversations with people in your own work, whether it's in the professional arena or in nonprofit work or whatever space you like to bring it up. So the exercise is called Flying Through Bottlenecks. And it's based on the theory of constraints. Has anybody ever come across this book or anything by the author Eli Goldratt? You've read it? A long time ago. Yeah, this one's, I think the goal came out in the 80s. At least some of the references in here sound really like circa 1980s. Yeah, talking about tracksuits and anyway, but it's actually a really easy read, and so I encourage you to check out the writings of Eli Goldratt. So, does that sound like a fair picture for what to do today? We'll go through the exercise, see what comes out of it, we'll do some debrief and some some talking about the concepts that come out, and then with whatever space is left, either what comes out of that conversation, you want to go dive deep into that, or if you want to ask questions about Agile or whatever else, we could just kind of go where things lead us. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Just a bunch of head nods. That's good. That's good. All right. So I'd like to call that introduction done. But here's the trick with doneness. Right? Not everyone has always got the same calibrated sense of what done actually is. And so what I propose for a way of getting us calibrated on what done is, I'd like to use a simple method called Roman thumb voting. Roman thumb voting is actually a pretty easy tool for getting to fast consensus. It's not a perfect tool, and there's lots of nuances with getting to consensus. Does anybody know what consensus is? When do you know when you've reached consensus?
When I say yes.
There may be something there, but so it's not just when you say yes, but when everybody says yes.
Plus one.
Yeah, consensus is everybody's on board.
Everybody, or that's majority?
What my understanding of consensus is that it's unanimous.
Okay.
And part of the struggle with getting to consensus, especially when it's unanimous, is there's often a lengthy onboarding process. And what does it mean to you? And then what does it mean to you? And then can we figure out what will you give up and what will you give up? And then we find compromise. And then we go, okay, then we agree. So anyway, Roman thumb voting for fast consensus is just a little technique. It's basically thumbs up and thumbs down vote. Thumbs up, you're good with it, 100%, you love it, you can go forward with it. Thumbs down, hold on, there's something I'm uncomfortable with, I can't go forward at this moment. There's actually an in-between in this version of Roman thumb voting. Now, in-between doesn't mean I can go either way. In-between means I can go forward with the thumbs up, but I'm not passionate about it. But I'm willing to go along. And so this counts as going along, but it indicates kind of your heat level or your intensity about
So
that.
this is the I can live with it.
I can live with it.
Okay.
In between is I can live with it. Thumbs down is there's something I'm not real comfortable with, I need to wait, I need something addressed. Thumbs up, good to go, 100% supportive of it. So can we try it?
Yeah.
All right, so show me your thumbs for is the introduction done? All right. You may need a little bit more. Let's see one thumbs down. So what will help you to move to thumbs sideways or thumbs up?
It would seem to me that an interesting part of an introduction would be for each of the people around here to give a 5 or 10 second snippet on who they are, why they're here, and then we just know our audience. Now, I may be alone in that, but that would, for me, that I would envision that part of an introduction.
Well, thank you for the suggestion. What do you think about that? All right, so we've got thumbs up and sideways, and we came to fast consensus there about the suggestion to quickly have a lap around the room and read the instructions. So I've already said my piece. Why don't you go next?
My name is John Byrne. I'm a software engineer and computer administrator. Half of my experience, 15 years of experience is in computer administration. The other 7.5, 8 is in software development. And I'm looking for a position in Java, C or C++. My name is John Byrne.
Check out practicefusion.com.
What fusion?
Practicefusion.com.
Practicefusion.
Electronic health records. We'll get there.
My name is Jeff Price. I am Director of Business Development at Terra Software. We are a consulting firm in San Francisco. We do custom software development primarily in the Microsoft area, .NET, SQL Server, and doing a lot more work on the cloud these days. 2 interesting points. On the 20th of April, we will be launching an open source project to develop a cloud-based methodology for designing and developing applications for the cloud with a new paradigm. And I spent 12 years at Rational Software, so maybe that's where I get some of that methodology stuff. And thank goodness for Agile, it cleaned up a whole lot of stuff that Rational had in their heavyweight process, so hats on to Agile.